rise. Go ahead and have a seat. Okay, we are referring to the matter of Ang and Sunnyside LLC. We've got Ms. Ang present, we've got Mr. Mohammed present, and the last time we were in court, we left it where parties were going to email the court some exhibits. I can tell you that I did receive exhibits from both sides. I've had a chance to review them. We left, I think Mr. Mohammed was doing direct examination for Ms. Ang. I would like to suggest perhaps that instead of going back and forth with examination, that Mr. Mohammed, you just testify and we can follow up with Ms. Ang if there are any additional questions that you have of her. But given the time that we have for this hearing, I think that might be most efficient. So
We have 2 hours, right, today?
We do, but again, I can see this taking a lot longer if we don't get straight to the testimony. So that's what I'd like to do. And we'll see how that goes. Can I have both parties raise your right hands, please? Tell me, regarding any testimony or evidence you present today, do you swear or affirm that you'll tell the truth?
I do.
I do.
All right, thank you. And so, would it be reasonable to start with your testimony, and then if we need Ms. Ang to respond to any direct questions of yours, we can do so at the end of your testimony.
Okay. So I don't know that. Do you remember everything that she talked about last time? She complained about.
One more time.
So last time when she talked about her complaints, so I categorized the complaints into 4 parts.
Okay.
Okay. The part number 1 is she complained about the electricity. Basically, she was saying that my the apartment she was residing in, had electrical violations and electrical problem, and because of that, she suffered from electrical problems, and she had danger in her safety, fire hazards, all the issues that she brought in the court last time. So that is the major item number 1, and item number 2 is related. So she mentioned about the sewer pipe issue, basically meaning that I had in the exterior of the building I had sewer pipe which I was not taking care of, and because of that there was a smell, odors, gas, that was not healthy and hazardous for her life because it was just above outside the apartment. So this is item number 2, and item number 3 is she mentioned that the apartment was inhabitable during the time that she was living, and because of that, she actually is claiming for the money and the security deposit because the time she was living, it was not habitable for her. And item number 4 is she also claimed that I hired her for a temporary position, and she deserved money from me for a management position, and she wanted that money from me for that management position. Okay. So I think those are the 4 key items that she complained about.
Okay. Now, before you talk about those, last time I just want to make sure I have all of the exhibits or I have them properly numbered. The court received exhibits 123, 124, and 125. Mm-hmm. And so I just want to make sure that I don't recall actually receiving any exhibits from you at our last hearing. I think all of the exhibits I received came from Ms. Ang. Do you agree with that?
Last time?
Yes.
Last time, I think that probably yes. I mean, okay. I took the exhibit, but I have all 4 copies again with me.
And that's great. And so I just want to make sure.
One for you.
Okay, and thank you. I just want to make sure I wasn't missing any of the exhibits that you provided. So,
but I have more exhibits, right? I have like 101 to all the way to 101.
Yeah, and that's fine. Yeah. I just want to make sure I wasn't missing anything.
Sure.
So far.
Okay.
So go ahead, and if you want to go down the list and start with item number 1.
So I want to give a copy of my exhibits to her because I did not send her an email because I decided to come here.
Yes.
So can I give her a copy
Yeah,
of my
we'll go
exhibits?
ahead and do that. And the packet is, what are the numbers of those exhibits?
So I will start with yeah, if you give the whole set of the copy. Okay, so I will start with the electrical problem because that's where I started last time and I could not finish my electrical problem
Okay.
that she complained about.
Yeah.
So so before I start, I want to also make sure that she sees that. So exhibit number 104, Your Honor. Okay, so at 104, I want to ask the plaintiff that this is...
Well, hold on a second. Could you just testify about your exhibits? Because I don't want to go back and forth. It's going to take way too long.
Yeah.
So I'd like you just to tell me about your exhibits. Now, do you want me to have a copy of those exhibits as well so I can follow along?
Yeah.
And so do you want me to take those?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. All right. And so it appears that I have just been handed exhibits 101 through 125. And so ready when you are.
So I will, for my testimony, I will start with number 104.
104?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
So, you know, this is an email from Sean Ruffington, who was appointed as a manager, and he already worked for me about a month. It was in the month of May. So this is an email from him when he was an active manager for me, and he mentioned in that email, he wrote that email, and you can verify that this is his email address. Item number 2, electrical issues in unit. The electrical issues as described by the letter from Mr. Samples are, as he stated, are not of imminent safety concerns. I have looked in the unit and found that there was indeed a few issues, but they seem to be mostly due to age of the building. Furthermore, Mr. Yang claimed that she could not use any laptops, hair dryers, or any other electrical devices due to the breaker stripping. This was not found to be an issue by the county electrical inspectors, as the only issue he noted as far as the breaker stripping was due to Miss N using too many extension cords in one outlet, thereby overloading the outlet, which in itself would be a fire and safety concern. Okay, so this is the electrical issue that I want to talk about. And there are other item, which is the soil issue, because it's relevant. I can also explain the soil pipes. She complained that there are odors, safety hazards, bad smell and stuff like that. So he mentioned that the complaint about the soil smell coming from the broken soil pipes was not true. The reason I say that this is when I was there with the plumber, when they were out to bid on repairs on said pipes, it was found that there was indeed a leak. However, it was not swage problem as Ms. Ng claims, but just grey water from the sink and tub. Although this is still not completely sanitary, it is not sewerage, and it's not being addressed by also being addressed by Evans Plumbing as soon as they can get it scheduled, a bid received by Mr. Akbar. Now, regarding the unpaid monies, he basically mentioned that, okay, I don't have any comment because she was not involved in that. So this is, exhibit number 104. I will end exhibit number 104 here, and then I will go to exhibit number 105.
Okay.
This 105 is the email from Mr. Mitchell, who is the inspector for the city. Mr. Ant requested the city inspector and also the electrical inspector for inspecting her units because she was concerned about the fire hazard and the hazard from the building. That was hazardous for her. Now, I asked Mr. Mitchell in writing that if you look at the bottom of the page.
Can I just interrupt, Mr. Akbar? I've been calling you Mr. Muhammad. Sorry.
Yes.
I don't have Exhibit 105 in this packet.
I think just